everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a review featuring Cal Chute. Is this really what you want me to call you?
Yes.
Cal Chuchesta and the Swagamuffins.
ASAP Cal. There he is. He knows the biz. He knows the biz. He's got a mustache and cash. Drugs, weed, syrup. Swag, swag. Swag, swag.
This is a review of the new ASAP Mob mixtape, Lords Never Worry. ASAP Mob is a new hip-hop outfit from New York City, fronted by MC, main brain, hip-hop personality ASAP Rocky, who released a pretty big mixtape last year, Live Love ASAP, that I reviewed personally and gave a very positive review too. And for good reason. It was a really fresh sounding mixtape. You know, the dude just came out with a hybrid of pretty interesting styles put together in a way that just sounded like a great idea. The songs on this mixtape reference everything from spacious Little B style cloud rap to Bone Thugs and Harmony. And there was something very southern about a lot of the beats on this thing too, with the chopped and screwed vocal samples and instrumentals. I also kind of like ASAP Rocky's very simplistic, minimal flow over these very spacious, shoegazy, kind of ethereal instrumentals. The guy has a full-length album, his debut album, coming out later this year, but in the meantime, to kind of hold fans over, he has released this new mixtape with his ASAP outfit, and I gotta say, to be completely honest, this thing was an extreme disappointment. There is not an angle at which you can look at this tape that would make it look pretty. First, let's kind of take on this thing instrumentally, because let's be honest, the instrumentals were a huge part in making Live Love ASAP good. Not just good, but great, catchy, and awesome. But now that atmospheric, intoxicating cloud rap production is really popular and really hot right now, you can just about find any producer on the internet willing to just copy that style. And that's what I feel like is happening on here, especially with the tracks Purple Kisses, Way to Go, even the one Clams Casino beat isn't even really one of his best. They are just riding some really cut, rate, druggy, cloud rap instrumentals that do not sound as vast or as lush or just as amazing as the beats that were on that Live Love ASAP tape. When ASAP Mob isn't trying to chase after what actually made ASAP Rocky's mixtape good, they're rapping over really generic southern trap instrumentals, which is really disappointing to me because I thought that these guys, despite, you know, the shallow nature of their lyrics, would kind of stick to their guns, keep developing their own thing, and just not try to copycat what's hot right now, not be reactionary. The instrumentals overall are very forgettable, but there are a handful of highlights. I love the heavy horns on that Bath Salts track that features Flatbush Zombies. Flatbush Zombies bring a really, you know, psychotic flow, just a really kind of cartoony, zany delivery with their vocals. I wasn't too hot on their Drugs mixtape, but I am liking their feature here. The track Persian Wine is really deep, bassy, kind of murky, and I love that very lone, solemn piano flourish that kind of pops up on the instrumental. It's a nice piece of color. The instrumental on the way it go just sounds slowed down, smooth, sexy, kind of has a G-funk vibe to it, but I'm liking that. There's kind of like a sax in there or something I can't quite make out. But still, this mixtape did not deliver that forward-thinking production that I was hoping for. And, you know, if the bargain bin beats on this thing are not bothering you, the clearance rack rhymes will. For those of you who are really hating Live Love ASAP because ASAP Rocky can't rap or you think he's a terrible rapper, just wait until you hear every other member of his crew. Not a single member of A$AP Rocky's A$AP Mob can out-rap him. A few of them like A$AP Ferg and A$AP Ant can barely stay on tempo. But what's an even bigger issue for all these guys, regardless of whether or not their flow is on point, is that vocally they are just all so kind of generic and uninteresting, especially when it comes down to the lyrics, because in terms of lyrical style, subject matter, pretty much everything these guys have to say doesn't really stretch out too far past what you've already heard A$AP Rocky rap about on numerous tracks, making this easily one of the most redundant mixtapes of 2012. There are a couple interesting features on here, including Danny Brown, Flatbush Zombies, like I said. Jim Jones even makes it onto this mixtape, and Raekwon, the chef, is on one of the tracks toward the end. However, I would advise you not to listen to that track unless you're ready to actually hear Raekwon refer to himself as being like A$AP Rocky's big brother. I'm feeling a light to decent 3 on this thing, but what did you guys think of it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Why? And what do you think I should review next? Anthony Fantano, A$AP Mob, forever.